Hey everyone. Well, I don't know where to start, but I'm gonna start somewhere. I've got my own car, I've got my own house, I've got my family inside the house, I'm a US resident, I've got my green card, I've got the best job I've ever had. I live in Urbana, Illinois. I realized my American dream. You wanna know how I did it? Stay tuned. I'll make this short and direct to the point. So the purpose of this video is to motivate you guys to start somewhere. Like, thinking of a dream and acting on it are two different things. So my dream started when I was 15 years old and I was into basketball. And my dad used to travel to the States back and forth. And one day after one of his trips, he came to me with a t-shirt and he said, "This is Kobe Bryant's t-shirt." I said, "What?" He said, "Yes, this is Kobe Bryant's t-shirt." And he said, "You should work out more on your basketball and one day he'll sponsor you to go to the States." And I had that vision in my mind that I want to go to the States one day. By the time I graduated from college, I knew my father was lying to me. So no way Kobe Bryant gave him the t-shirt. But long story short, he built that seed in my mind of dreaming big, to get to the United States. And my father always talked about his dream, which is to be the president of the United States, and he taught us to dream big. After working in healthcare for like a year, I said to myself, I've got to travel. So I started surfing the internet for this fucking mosquito. Anyways, I started surfing the internet for companies that sponsor nurses to go to the United States. And I only found one company that helped nurses travel to the United States, the International Nursing Network, and the CEO of the company is Tony Deep. I mean, at that time, his company had like 2 or 3 employees, but now he grew so much and he has a big company with a lot of employees that can help nurses, travel to the United States. So I went to him, I talked to him, he motivated me, I applied right away. There was a certain fee that you have to pay to hold you accountable to, the process and keep going, not to lose interest because you invested in something. So I always consider it as an investment. When you go to the International Nursing Network, so they assess every nurse according to his situation and they tailor the roadmap for you to follow. What they told me is that I need to work on my English. Oh man, my English sucked. Like, my grammar sucked, my writing sucked, and hell, my speaking sucked, and my accent sucked. I used to pronounce the P as B and the B as P, and that would make my English so funny and awkward. They gave it to me straightforward. They said, "You gotta work on your English." They gave me all these references to study for the CGFNS. You only have 2 tasks to do: English and nursing. You've gotta pass your English test, and you've gotta pass your nursing test. And if you do these 2 things, then it's just a matter of time. People ask me, "How did you get your accent?" or "How did you learn your English?" I told them, like, God bless movies and Tupac. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of rap music. I used to memorize lyrics and try to sing the songs. I see no changes. All I see is racist faces, misplaced hate made disgrace to races. I used to watch a lot of movies, and one technique to improve my English skills was to mute the volume and read the subtitles in Arabic and try to translate them loud in English. That helped me a lot. I used to record myself and then listen back to the recording, and man, I didn't like my accent. So what I did, I mean, even to this day, I record myself, for YouTube videos and stuff, and then I try to listen to them, and I find some phrases that sound funny, so I record them again and again until I get the accent. So a very great way to improve your accent is to record yourself, listen back to yourself, and figure out what things you're not pronouncing right or sound funny, and then try to improve them. But life takes you off track. So I got married, I went to Saudi Arabia, my wife, she didn't like the States, so we applied to immigration to Australia. That didn't work out. Then we traveled to the States. who stayed there for like 6 months, tried to immigrate from within the country. That didn't work out well. Then during this time I was working on my English, my CGFNS and all that stuff. And then I came back to Lebanon, worked with Tony again, and within 13 months I'm here with a green card for me and my whole family. I've got a house, I've got a car, I've got a respectful job. I've been here for like 3 months now, but you know, I've been planning for this since ever. So this is the case with my business cards. I started my YouTube channel once I came to the United States, you know, to help others and motivate others. And now I'm building my brand, which is Alphaslice. So I'm gonna hide the title, but I'm starting a company and this is my business card. And today I just had a meeting with this person. You know, this is his business card to talk more about, you know, my investments and the company. And some people say, oh, you only been in the States for 3 months and you're already thinking big. Well, yes, I've been planning for this since ever. I'm telling you, here in this country, the limit is the sky. I'm a nurse who graduated from the Lebanese University in Saida, and I accomplished a lot in my career. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is wherever you start, you've got to start somewhere. And I started, you know, from the down bottom. And I'm here right now, and I'm a living success story. I know this is just the first goal on my list of goals to accomplish. So my first goal is to get to the United States, because all the opportunities are here. The limit is the sky, and I truly believe in that, and I'm gonna prove it. For you guys who hold positions, you know, back home, like a nurse manager or a clinical educator or whatsoever, and you don't want to give up that position to pursue this dream, because you know, whoever comes to the United States need to be in a bedside position. But man, let me tell you something, you need to sacrifice. Stop caring about prestigious positions. You know, it's not doing you much. When you get to the States, you can get any position you want. I wanted to reveal this like in a different video. So I work 40 hours per week on weekdays. So I was looking for a weekender job, just, you know, to make the extra money. So I applied for this job in this hospital, and then they saw my resume and they called me back. And they said, are you interested in a leadership position? I said, like what? They said, clinical coordinator, which is directly under the CNO, you know, in that hospital. So I said, of course I am. Did you read my resume? They said, yes, we're impressed. So I went there, did the interview. Apparently they didn't read my resume properly, because they didn't know that I am an international nurse, and I just came to the country like three months ago. But you know, like the first 5 minutes of the interview were awkward, but then, wow. I mean, we started talking. The interview was, I mean, I guess the interview was supposed to be like 30 minutes, but we talked for like an hour. After a week, they gave me the position. They said, are you interested? I said, how much you paying me? They said, how much are you getting right now? So I said $30 per hour. They said, we'll give you 34. I said, cool. The rest of the story will be in a separate video. And if you are interested about my career story, you know, the ups and downs, the failures I went through, you know, to get here. So there is another video on my YouTube channel that you can check out and watch it and get inspired. I put a lot of sacrifice in my journey. I took a lot of time away from my family, my friends, from going out, partying. I took a lot of time away from the gym. I like martial arts a lot, but I couldn't keep up with the training because I was studying, so I had to sacrifice that. But you know what? Not anymore. Now I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. So to conclude this, the community in Lebanon and maybe in the whole Gulf area expect you to buy a house, to get married, have kids, buy a car, you know, stuff like that, materialistic stuff. These are good investments, no doubt, but I chose to invest in immigration. And that's a smart investment because the return on it is so huge. And you don't have to invest in immigration for like 10 years or 12 years or 20 years like you do in houses or real estate. You invest for a year. I was here in 13 months. If you are a nurse and you want to immigrate, this is the golden era. Because here, there's shortage for nurses and they're doing their best to get nurses from anywhere and everywhere. So if you're in Lebanon, you're lucky. If you're in Saudi Arabia, you're extremely lucky. If you're in Jordan, UAE, in the whole Gulf area, you're lucky. Just hit up International Nursing Network, or you can find Tony Deeb on LinkedIn. Hit him up. He do Skype interviews, he do office interviews. Hit him up, book an appointment. Consultations for free. Check out your options. Figure out your roadmap. Pursue your dreams. I was in your shoes one day, and I'm here today. And if I could make it, you can make it as well. Be an Alphaslice in this world. Don't leave opportunities behind. We only live once. Don't grow old thinking of your dream. Go to International Nursing Network and apply.